coming up next on the J. Ryle Show.
We could have gotten there today. Had it not been for this partisan speech that the speaker gave on the floor of the House.
So the notion that somehow a speech took here basically was not a call for that somehow this moment was not a call for a profile and courage for partisan politics is beyond me how that can happen.
That we would have half the votes and they would have half the votes because we believe that this had to be bipartisan. And
you are making me dizzy. Just pass the damn bill, please.
Even if you have good credit history, it would be more difficult for you to get the loans you need to buy a car or send your children to college. And ultimately, our country could experience a long and painful recession.
With all due respect, Mr. President, you tried to explain it, didn't work. Let me take a shot at it.
Polling place. So, I really admire Senator McCain. He gave about all you could give to this country.
Is that me or he didn't want to say the name Barack Obama?
Bubba, what are you, man? Are you a Democrat or a Republican? In the words of Alonzo.
Make a decision. Make a decision.
Enough said.
John McCain and I share that, and you combine all that with being a team with the only track record of making really a difference in where we've been and reforming, and that's a good team. It's a good ticket.
I am much better off now, but the notion that somehow, because I'm a man, I don't know what it's like to raise 2 kids alone. I don't know what it's like to have a child you're not sure is gonna make it. I understand.
Plus your emails and the JOD. T.O.
Get your popcorn ready.
The J. Ryle Show starts now.
Boom! You never know. That's the point.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly beheld at the twilight's last gleaming. All right. Hey, what happened? That's exactly what's going to happen to the United States of America if you guys don't stop calling your Congress people and telling them not to support the bill. Hey, welcome into another funky fresh edition of the J. Ryle Show. And of course, you can be a part of the show. You can email me at thejryleshow@live.com. thejryleshow@live.com. We have a lot to talk about. We have the pending vote on the bill tomorrow. We also have to talk about the debate. We have a lot to talk about. We have to talk about Tricky Bill. It's a lot to talk about. So welcome in. So let's get into it. I'm going to dedicate this first segment of the show to talk directly to the taxpayer. Okay? Because I think it's important for you guys to understand one thing and one thing only. That you guys are not economists. Okay? You're not economists. Stop calling your Congress people. Because, I get emails. People are saying things like, well, hey, listen, I'd rather let the economy work its way through. No, you don't. Because it's easy to say that when there's a very, very, very remote chance that you may be destitute. It's easy to say that. But I tell you, if you're in the back of Taco Bell eating out of a dumpster, your whole mentality will change. Listen, folks, you have to understand how this works. Like I said, I'm not an economist. You're not an economist. Well, most of you are not. Okay? So you have to allow the people who understand how this stuff works to make the decision. Now, you may be saying, well, that's how we got into this situation in the first place. The JRyleShow@live.com. You're right. But here, let me swing this around for you. Let's say that, you're not a doctor, right? You can't walk into your doctor's office and tell your doctor how to operate on you. Now, have there been doctors out there that have killed people, right? There have been doctors out there who have had malpractice litigation against them. But because we've had a couple of bad doctors doesn't necessarily mean that all of a sudden we're going to practice self-medicine. My point to you is let the experts do their thing. You know, one of the things that politicians do, now the president did a very bad job of selling this. He did. You know, and one of the things that I was taught in the military is that you have to be able to communicate to a room as if you were speaking to the dumbest person in the room. Because a rocket scientist will understand things like, well, there are a plethora of options available to our constituents in regards to this financial breakdown. Now, and there's some guy in the back of the room saying, what does plethora mean? Instead of saying, hey, look, guy, there are plenty of options for people who I represent in my district. Plenty of financial options. Break it down. And this is what bothers me about Barack every now and then. He talks over people's head. The smartest person in the room will understand what you're saying. The dumbest person won't. Bring it down to the dumbest person in the room, then everybody gets the message. And what I think the president failed to explain to the American people, that listen, you know, you guys, for example, I'm a paper and crayons guy, dude. I like pictures. So we're going to use pictures to try to explain this to you. All right? So now, let's say that you work for a construction company. All right? Construction companies, good example to use, especially if it's on the residential commercial side. Well, I think that's, yeah. Okay, residential commercial side. Let's talk about that. Let's say that most construction companies, especially those who build homes and businesses, they run on credit. They have a credit line with the bank, okay? And at the end of the project, that's when they receive their full payment. So anytime they complete a phase of something, they go and get money from the bank. That's what they do. They take out. They finish a phase, they go get money. They finish a phase, they go get money based on their credit line. So let's say that you work for one of these places. All right? So now your boss goes to the bank and asks for money. Hey, I need a credit line to pay these people. Bank's like, not going to happen. So now it's payday, and now here you are with your hands shaped like cups saying, hey, where's my money? And guess what? He has no money because he has no credit line. So now you have to go home to your wife and kids and tell them, look, I have no money. People are sad. People are upset. Now, if you have no money to spend, guess what? That means that the store is not getting any money. If the stores is not getting any money, then guess what? They have to lay people off. It's a vicious circle. Damn that circle of life stuff. This is not Mufasa and your name is not Simba. Don't do it, folks. Stop calling. Stop calling your local congresspeople. The JRouse at live.com. We have a lot to talk about. I promise you we will get to the JOD today. I will read a few emails today because I have emails, which is a good thing. So I'm very, very pleased. First of all, I'd like to say hello to all the YouTube people out there. This is the YouTube version of the JRouse Show, and I'm looking for your input. Send me emails. Definitely want to talk to you. But once again, we have a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the debates. We're going to talk about old Tricky Bill. What's up? What's up with Bill Clinton? Bill Clinton is so upset that Hillary Clinton lost that he don't know what to do with himself. He can't force himself to support Barack Obama. And what he's doing, he's setting himself up, or he's setting his wife up for a presidential run in 2012. You know, smoke and mirrors, folks. Smoke and mirrors. That's what this is all about. Let me give the impression that I'm doing the right thing, but then when he loses, I can sit back and say, I told you so. The JRouse at live.com. So, you know, the debate last night, we're going to talk about that. Well, actually tonight, we're going to talk about all this stuff. So listen, coming up in the next segment, we'll get to you. Keep it right here, the JRouse Show.